Hi everybody. I'm a little late today. We were out at St. Mary's Church in Portsmouth celebrating the first Sunday of Advent. There they have a lighting ceremony where they put these beautiful Christmas lights all over their property and they turn them on. So we were there, and then my children wanted to visit some of the Christmas lights that we have happening in Newport, and so I was out with them and sent them along to see yet another set of Christmas lights while I came to hide out here and do some Chaplain's time with you all. So thanks for joining me tonight. It's good to see you all and to be with you. So it's the first Sunday of Advent, which is just bonkers to me. Like, how are we here? I don't know, but here we are already. Also, just as a total side, Laura Clark, who's one of our camp alumni, sent me a digital Advent calendar, which I thought was really cool. And I was sitting with my sister earlier today and I tried to open it up and look at the Advent calendar. And I was like, I can't figure out how to do it. Where's the first day? And my sister looked at me and she said, oh, Megan, Advent calendars start on December 1st. Did you know this? Clearly, I don't have a lot of experience in this field. I have a good amount of experience with Advent, but I'm clearly missing out on the Advent calendar. I assumed that it would start the first Sunday of Advent, which sometimes is December 1st, but not this year. So for those of you who have worshiped with me or Beloved or at our Advent barn service, I have a little song that I like to sing while I light our Advent wreath. And so I'm going to start our time today with just the lighting of our Advent wreath. And if you join us in some capacity virtually over the Sundays in Advent, you'll finally hear the whole thing. We'll sing all of it at our, well, this year it's going to be an Advent pavilion service because we are going to be doing work in the barn. So this is our first Sunday of Advent, and it goes like this. Light one candle for hope, one bright candle for hope. He brings hope to all the earth. He comes, he comes. And don't worry, I'm not actually sitting close enough to it that it will light my hair on fire. So I hope everybody had an okay Thanksgiving. Holidays can be hard. I won't get into what went wrong with our turkey, but before the turkey was even cold in the fridge, my children were asking if we could put the Christmas decorations up. Like, they were ready to go. And this was at least in part my fault, because I think at some point I had told them we could put the Christmas decorations up this weekend, but I did not anticipate just how quickly and how eagerly they would want to get these decorations put up. And I had to kind of like take a deep breath, because my former self was definitely giving me like a stink eye of judgment that we were putting our decorations up so quickly. My mother reminded me yesterday. She said, you know, we never used to be allowed to put the Christmas decorations up until after your birthday on December 12th. And I have no real memory of that, but it sounds on brand for me. But here I am, November 28th. I'm not near the Christmas decorations, but I can assure you they are all up. And we spent the better part of the weekend cleaning and reorganizing the house so that we could pull the Christmas decorations out. And then, you know, I just had to like try to navigate the kids and all of their excitement while they were like grabbing for everything and trying to put the ornaments up and trying to help me. I have those like light up Department 56 houses, and they would be like ripping them out of the containers. And then I would say like, oh my gosh, like they'd be like, Mommy, they're broken. Well, yeah, of course they're broken. So I knew enough from last year to like step away from the ornament hanging. So I just gave the kids the ornaments and let them do their thing. So that was a little bit better, but it was pretty manic. It was pretty manic. And I found myself just like thinking, okay, this is about to get a little bit easier for me, right? Like in a couple years, it's going to be a little bit easier. Maybe the kids will understand that all the ornaments don't need to go on the same branch, or maybe they'll be a little bit more patient, or maybe they won't be like so destructive with some of my Christmas decorations. Like surely I can see things getting easier on the horizon, right? The better days are coming. But then as fast as I had that thought, I thought to myself, I longed for this life. Like, this is what I wanted. You know, I wanted to have these children. There was a period of time I thought maybe I wouldn't have children. I wanted to have a home that I could decorate. I wanted a family. And I have it. And how interesting that even though I'm in that, I find myself like looking for better days ahead. I find myself like still wanting it to get easier. And if I'm being honest, my whole life, I have always looked towards what's next with anticipation and hope that it will be a little bit better than what is right now. Like it's easy in our lives with the kind of chapters that we have in our life to just look towards the next thing and expect the next thing. And the truth of it is that can be a real, like, kind of dangerous place for me to go spiritually. Not dangerous, but certainly not good for me. So it's interesting because we're here in this first Sunday of Advent. The whole idea of Advent is waiting and expectation and preparation. We're waiting for God to be born in human form. We're also waiting for the second coming of God and Jesus Christ, whatever that might look like. For so many years on the first Sunday of Advent, if I've had a message for people, it's been like this idea that we don't have to get caught up in the frenzy of the season, and we can wait and anticipate the coming of Christ in this new way. But actually for me this year, that doesn't feel like a great spiritual practice. I think that I can get myself into trouble when I keep waiting for things to get better. In the gospel passage we had this morning, Jesus is talking about, there's a fig tree, and he says, see, the fig tree sprouts new leaves, and you know that summer is coming. And the same is true with the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is near. And we hear all of these Bible passages during Advent that are about the coming of the kingdom and how we look ahead and look with anticipation and look with hope, right? And we do encourage people to practice, our candles, we sing for hope. We sing for peace, we sing for joy, we sing for love. We encourage people to kind of embrace and live into these concepts during this time, right? And we hear all of these messages about the coming of the kingdom. But in this passage this morning, all I could fixate on was the kingdom of God is near. Because near can mean something that's coming in a short distance in the future, but it can also mean close. The kingdom of God is near. It is close. It is around us all the time. And for me, the way I kind of found myself navigating this time right now, this weekend in my own personal life, this time period in this communal life we're living that I think is still really complicated, I actually need to stop waiting for things to get better. And I need to start acknowledging that the kingdom of God is near. It is close. It is happening. And this is one of the weird parts, right, about practicing our Christian faith. It's like that we know that Christ is coming and Christ has already come, that we're waiting for the inbreaking of God in this world, and that inbreaking has already happened. We're waiting for the kingdom of God and we're living in the kingdom of God. It is both of these things. And so as we get ready for Advent, I can wait for Christ's birth. I can anticipate that that's happening, but I also know for me right now, I need to stop waiting. I need to stop waiting for the kids to get older. I need to stop waiting for the house to be clean. I need to stop waiting for COVID to end. I need to stop waiting for politicians to be better. I need to stop waiting for myself to have more patience or more kindness or more forgiveness, because I can just spend my whole life waiting for the next thing if I'm not careful. And the truth of it is, I know that God is at work right now. I know that the kingdom of God is being lived out in our lives right now. I know it because I have seen the beauty of God's work in this world over and over again in countless ways. And so what I need to do, and so consequently what I'm inviting you to do during this Advent season while we wait, is to not wait. Don't wait. God is at work right now in our world around us. God is acting through you and through me in the way that we treat one another, in the way that we navigate this complicated world we're living in. And whatever it is, whatever crazy family thing you're dealing with, whatever, maybe you don't have a crazy family thing, maybe you're navigating something else, maybe you're going through a tough time. There's a lot happening out there, and it is a tough time. And I believe that God is at work in it, through it, all the time. And so for me, this Advent, while I wait for Christ's coming and the celebration of Christmas, I'm also not going to wait. I believe that the kingdom of God is near. It is close. It surrounds us all the time. And sometimes we get so busy looking for better days ahead that we don't realize that what we're living through right now is full of God's love and transformation. So friends, I hope you have the moments. I hope you have moments of that incredible inbreaking of God's love into this broken world. And I hope that you will kind of fine-tune your attention so that you can embrace and welcome those moments when they come, because I believe those moments happen all the time. The kingdom of God is near, and we don't have to wait for it. Take care, friends. Have a wonderful first week in Advent. We will be together next Sunday at St. Augustine's Church on the URI campus, Lower College Road at 5 o'clock. We would love for you to join us. We will sing 2 verses of our Advent song at 5 o'clock next Sunday, and we will live stream it, so you can find us here too. And then we'll do one more Chaplain's Time, and we'll gather together at ECC for the Advent service, and some information will come out about that this week. So, friends, I hope you see the way that God is at work all the time. Be well.